This video is about purchasing trucks. If you're a driver or owner operator looking to buy your first truck and you're in a market for a semi-truck, this video will help you. Most of this can be used for box trucks as well, but in these examples I will be using semi-trucks. I have been working with them for a very long time and I do have some experience. And there are some owner operators who want to come and drive in our authority, and they are looking to buy a truck for the first time, or they already bought a truck, and I see a lot of things that they're doing wrong because they didn't know, and that can cost them a lot of money and a lot of time. So in order to prevent all of that, please do watch this video. If you're already about to buy a truck, you decided and you're on your way to search trucks, this video will help you a lot. I will divide it into a few sections. The first part will talk about the actual purchase. The second part will talk about insurance. The third part will talk about registration. And we will also talk about title. So the purchase. You may want to get a truck using a bank, in other words, getting a loan. That's the easiest way if you don't have a lot of cash sitting around. My advice to everyone is to buy a truck with cash if you can. Most people cannot afford it, especially if we are talking about newer trucks that can cost over $100,000 or even more if it's a brand new truck. So it will be hard to come up with a lot of cash like that, but it is possible. I've seen, I had people buy trucks for me for $150K with cash. So people do have money. They just don't want to part with it. There are people who claim that it's better to buy a truck using a loan because then you don't have to spend your own money and you can have some tax deductions. Now, as far as tax deductions go, that doesn't make any sense. It's much better to buy a truck with cash because you're not going to be paying interest. You're going to save a lot of money, thousands and thousands of dollars just on interest, and this will be your truck. The bank will not have anything to do with it. You can only get headaches down the road potentially. It doesn't have to be the first year, but it can be down the road like in 2 or 3 years. You may not be able to cover the payments. Something might happen to you or to the company, and now you have a truck that you cannot sell for the amount that you owe it for, and you don't have any money to pay the monthly payment. So then you can be in real trouble. It's best to buy a truck with cash. As far as the tax deductions go, when you buy a truck using a loan, you can deduct the interest rate from your tax. The interest rate is tax deductible. The actual payment is not. So that the payment, you cannot deduct the payment. You can only deduct a portion of it, which translates into the whatever the interest is for that year. Now you can depreciate that truck in your taxes. It used to be that you had to divide the whole amount into 3 to 5 years, but now you can the first year, if you want to depreciate everything, the whole amount in the first year, you can do so. That's not a problem. But if you want to spread it through different years, right now the rule is that you whatever you do the first year, you have to continue doing the second and the third year, and so on. I'm not a tax professional. Talk to your CPA or your bookkeeper. Maybe something will change by the time you see this video, but right now that's how it is. So you can depreciate that truck and you will not have to pay any tax on that. You can it can be listed as an expense, but you can do the same thing if you buy a truck for cash. Now keep in mind, if you depreciate your truck and you sell it, you will have to pay capital gains on the the price that you sold it for. Again, talk to your CPA and they will explain to you how that works, but you will have to pay tax on that, on the capital gains. It's not same as self-employment tax. It's a little bit less than that, but it's still due to pay to the IRS. If you are paying for this truck with a loan, you have to get pre-approved for a loan. So you will have to find a bank. A dealer can help you with that, or maybe even your local bank will finance commercial equipment, and they will ask you for your tax returns. It can be a personal tax return, or if you're buying the truck in your business name, then they will ask most likely for like 2 or 3 years back from your taxes. They will also ask the information about the equipment you're buying. And what you can do, you can get the information from internet, from the dealer. If you find a similar truck that what you're looking for, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to buy that truck. You can just buy, you can just get information for a similar truck with the similar price, and then use that in order to get pre-approved, and down the road you can change the truck. You don't have to buy that truck as long as it's the same price. So that's what everyone would advise you to try to get a loan for more than what you actually want to spend. That way, if you decide to go less on a price, then you will get that loan. But if you decide to go more than what they approve you for, then they will have to approve you again. You have to apply again. So always ask for a little bit more than what you're intending to spend. So once your loan is approved, you gave them all the information, most likely they will either give you a check in the dealer name or the seller name if it's a private party, or they will wire them the money. They will call them and ask them about the wire instructions, and they will send it to them, and that's it. It's very easy. If you're buying with cash, it can be some people will accept a personal check or cashier's check, money order, or cash itself. But in my opinion, this is all same as cash because you actually have the money. You're not borrowing. There is just a difference in the way that you're giving that money to the seller. Best thing, in my opinion, is to do probably a cashier's check. If you do cash, then the dealer or someone you're working with, they might not want to have all that cash. Maybe some people, like private parties, maybe they would prefer cash. You would have to ask them. But if you use cash, it's hard to prove that you actually gave them that cash in case there's trouble later down the road. If you give them a cashier's check, then it's very easy to prove that you gave them that money. So now, once you've done all of that, you made a transaction, you paid for the truck. Now you want to get insurance. Most banks, all banks, if you're getting a loan, they will ask you to get insurance on the truck before they give you the loan. And even the dealers will usually not let you leave the lot with your truck if you don't have the bobtail insurance. Some will call it physical insurance, and some will call it non-liability trucking insurance. But it's all the same or very similar. And what it does is it covers your truck in case there's an accident or something happens to the truck, kind of similar to insurance on your car. You have to have insurance on your car. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I ran into some people who bought trucks for the first time and they never got the insurance. It's same as with your car. And these trucks are expensive, $20, $30, $50, $100,000 or more. You have to have insurance. Even if the truck is sitting in your yard or at your home, you have to have insurance. What if there's bad weather? What if someone hits it? What if someone steals the truck? Then you're not covered. But banks will definitely, if you don't have insurance, and bank will ask you for proof of insurance when you buy it. And even if you delete that insurance later on, they might ask you again. And if they find out that you don't have it, they will give you their own insurance, and they will make you pay for it, and it's going to be much more expensive than what the insurance actually costs. So this non-liability trucking insurance is insurance that covers your truck and others in case there is an accident and there's a loss. Let's just put it that way. If there is a loss and your truck or the driver is not under dispatch, you're not working for anyone, you're not transporting a load, you're just driving your truck down the road for any reason, going to a mechanic, bringing it to your yard, going to a store, something non-work related, or they just say it like not under dispatch. So you're not picking up a load, you're not transporting any loads, all right? So that's what it is. That you have to have that insurance. Now later on, if you sign on to authority or you have your own authority, then you will get liability and cargo. Liability insurance will cover everything around you, the property, others, other people's lives, things like that. And cargo insurance will cover the load in case of a claim or a loss. So you have to have 3 insurances later once you start driving for someone or for yourself. But before you get the truck, you have to have the bobtail, non-trucking liability. You will need later, you will find out later in this video why you also need that. Now that you have insurance, we have to work on the title. So the title, it's same as with your car, all right? If you ever bought or sold a car, you will know that you will need a title. Title proves that you're the owner of that truck or your car. So when you get a truck from, let's say you get a truck from dealer, they will usually go to DMV or Secretary of State, as we call it here in Michigan, and they will apply for a new title. And you will get that new title most likely in mail after a few days or a couple of weeks, and the title will be in your name. If you have a bank, if you have a loan on this truck, then there will be a lien holder on that title, and that would be the bank itself, whoever is financing the truck. Once you pay off the truck, then you can reapply for a clean title, a title that's in your name only, all right? You go back to Secretary of State or DMV, and you provide them with the proof of your payment, the payoff letter from the bank, and then you can get a new title that only has your name, and now you're 100% owner, and you can just sell the truck or a car without anyone else included in that procedure. Just sign off on it and you give it to the buyer, and then it's their truck. So a dealer will apply usually in Secretary of State for the title. If they don't, they will give you the application. They will give you the application for the title. And what you do is they will give you instructions what to do, because every state is different. You will go to Secretary of State or DMV, and then you can apply for the title yourself, pay a small fee for it, and then they will tell you, okay, you will get the title in mail in this many days, and that's it, all right? Now, once you get the title, if you're not financing the truck, it will only have your name on it, all right? So you have to have a title. When you're also buying a truck from a private party, before you pay them, before you even talk about getting, okay, you're interested in the truck, you like it, you want to buy it, you want to negotiate, make a deal, ask them, hey, can I see the title? Do you have the title? And then they show you the title. If the title is only in their name, then it's good. They can just, once you pay them, they can just sign on the title that they sold it to you and give you the title, and you guys can make a purchase transaction. Just go to internet and just look for trucking purchase documents, bill of sale, something like that. And then you can just use that, or you can make it yourself. It doesn't have to be original. You can just, draw a few lines on a piece of paper and make a bill of sale, and the seller signs on it and you sign on it. You put in the price, the mileage, the dates, all of that. any extra notes, and it's a legal document, all right? And then you can use that and the title that they gave you, and they remember, if the title is only in their name, they have to sign the title in order for you to go apply for a new title that's in your name. If you see a lien holder on that title, that means the truck is still on the loan, under a loan. If the truck is still under a loan, there is another party that has interest in that property, in that equipment, and it's most likely a bank, all right? So that either means that they didn't pay off the loan, or that they forgot to apply for a new title that if after paying off the loan. So you can ask them, did you pay off the loan on this truck? Yes, we did. Well, you gotta go get me a new title that's all in your name. We can't do anything until we get that. Or maybe it would be okay if you called if they call the bank, and bank just sends them a payoff letter saying that this loan is paid off, and then ask the Secretary of State if they will accept that. But do it before you get the truck. Don't do it after, and then you have a lot of headache. Okay. If the truck hasn't been paid off, then the seller has either to pay off the truck before they sell it to you, or for example, they're selling the truck for $50,000, they owe 10, you're giving them 40, so they will you will have to wait until that's paid off. So you will have to make a deal with them and see how that's gonna go. You can call the bank, and he can call the bank and say, hey, we still owe 10,000. I'm buying the truck. So you would have to make a contract with them, make an agreement with the seller, and then send that money to the bank, or they send the money, and you wait. You wait for the title to come back clean, or the letter of payment. Now, I keep saying payoff letter. Payoff letter is something else. Payoff letter is it tells how much the balance is still owed on the truck. So it's not called actually a payoff letter. It's a lien release. I think that's it's called like that. All right. So now once you have a title that does not have a lien on the truck, then you can go to your DMV or Secretary of State with that and the bill of sale, and you go and apply for a new title. All right. And then you wait a week or so to get a new title. Now, you want to register the truck. In Michigan, you can register a truck with the application for a title. So let's say you bought a truck, the seller signed the title, gave the title to you in your name, and you want to register the truck. You want to work. You can't wait 2 weeks to get a new title. So what you can do in Michigan is you can go apply for a new title, and you get you fill out the application, they stamp it, you pay for it, and that's a proof that you actually applied for a title. And you can use that when you go to Secretary of State to register, or IRP as they call it, to register the truck. You can use that instead of a real actual title. You can also use the title. It's even better if you have it, but if you don't, then you can use the application. So when you go to register your truck, so you have to have that insurance. Okay, like we spoke before, that bobtail insurance, they will ask you for that. You cannot register a truck without that. Now, I'm talking about Michigan. I know 100% this is how it works in Michigan. You need insurance. You need to pay for the highway tax for the truck for the previous year, or for the future year. It depends, like the time frame that you're registering it for. They may have different time frames for different number of months, and depends on what time of year it is right now. All right. So they might ask you for highway tax for the previous year. They might ask you for highway tax for the next year. Usually it starts on July 1st. The highway tax, you pay it from July 1st until June 30th next year. Okay. And it's $550 per year. Every year you have to pay it, and that goes to IRS. IRS will take that money gladly from you. Sometimes they will not even ask for the highway tax, But then next year, when you go to register, they might ask for the last year. So you will still have to pay it, all right? You can pay for highway tax. You can go directly to IRS, to a local office. You can send it in mail through them, or you can use one of these services online. I use, I think it's called Simple Tax. This is a form, I think 2020-90. That's a highway tax form, and you just Google it. I think it's called Simple Tax, Simple Turbo Tax, something like that. And then you pay them like not even $10, less than that, and they'll do it for you, and it's ready in minutes. All right. So you paid your, so you pay $10 to them and $550 plus $550. All right. And you have to have that proof that you paid for it when you want to register the truck. You have to have that title we spoke about, or in Michigan, application for the title. In other states, they might not accept the application for the title. You might need to have the actual title. It depends on the state. You have to have a contract. You have to have a contract with someone, with an authority that you're going to be leased onto. So if you're an owner operator, you have your own truck, you will not be able, at least in Michigan, to register a truck without a contract with an authority that actually has an MC number. All right. It can be someone else's authority. It doesn't have to be yours, or it can be your authority. It doesn't matter. But still, even if it's your authority, you have to have a contract, you as the driver of the truck, the owner of the truck, with your own authority. Okay, so you have a contract with yourself. You still have to have it, all right? But that's like, you can find free samples online. We sell it on our website on carrierdatabases.com, but you can find something online for free and then just figure it out, all right? Some states will require you to have a DOT inspection on the truck, and they will need to see a proof of that. In Michigan, you don't have to have that. So this is it. As far as purchasing a truck, this is the procedure, all the paper that you need. And then once you have all of this, then you'll be ready to either lease on to someone or put it in your fleet. This is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.